Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Starting off here with the white pieces against a 1737 from Spain. So we got an e4 and an e5. And we continue on with knight f3. And we're looking for a Scotch gambit. That's the opening we're going with from now on, basically. Yeah. So hopefully we see a knight c6 here. With a knight f6, I've not really got anything new for that. We're probably just going to stick with the 4-knight Scotch. There's also like d6, bishop there, stuff like that. But we've got Scotch, so we'll go into a Scotch gambit now. If they take, obviously, because they can play stuff like d6 here as well. But yeah, that's it really. Yeah, and they go ahead and take, and then we're gonna just play bishop c4 here. So knight f6 is probably the main move here, and we get that as well. They could have also done their usual non moves here, but yeah, we stick with that. And we're just going to go ahead and castle, I believe. Yes, yeah, just castle. And we're hoping for knight takes, and after knight takes, we just go with the rook. But there's other things I can do. I'm not sure what exactly, probably bishop there, and then we push. They go for a d5 and we go bishop e5, I believe. I'm gonna go for that. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with just taking this pawn. Apparently it's called the Janowski defense. Sounds very fancy to me, but yeah. I don't believe there's a fancy we can do here. Maybe get the rook out. They can't defend this, so there's no need to do that now. So maybe we get the rook out and look for a pawn push. We could also play like a c3, but maybe not the time. I think we get the rook out first. Seems slightly better because we're making some semblance of a threat, which can only be good. Yeah. So bishop e7 is probably the best move there. It's stopping any discovered checks, and they're looking to castle as well. So we want to put pressure on these areas, the kingside areas, really. So maybe now's the time to play a c3, and then just look for an e5. Maybe like a knight g5 as well. Get that going. And see what we can put together, really. I think a c3 is probably the move here. And basically, I'm at the minute, I'm just trying to sort of get more comfortable playing a pawn down. I feel like that's my weakness at the minute. I'm reluctant to go material down to get a positional advantage. So I just end up in sort of drawish positions, really. Or worse positions even. Because sometimes the position needs to sack a pawn, really, to get an advantage. So yeah, they've gone ahead and taken that, which is really cool for us because we get our knight out. And basically, we don't have any solid things here, any solid compensation really, but we're just looking for activity. We're looking to get some nice activity going, if we can. Problem is, I don't want to push this right now because I don't want to trade queens. That seems not particularly nice for us. Maybe we've got a knight g5 here. Just looking at that, maybe getting the queen across as well, or looking for an e5 push as well. They do have a h6 though, just kicking our knight here. So we're not threatening anything immediately. So after there, we kind of forced to retreat, which isn't particularly nice. Yeah, maybe we get the bishop out. That's like the natural square for it, but I feel like that stops some development, really. Maybe we've got like a knight d5. And we hope for some sort of Greek gift style attack that way. It would be nice to sort of trade off this bishop as well. Maybe we go for that. Yeah. Obviously not right now, I think, because I don't want this knight taking over for it. But if we can get them to take with their queen, I think that would be quite nice after pawn push. Because we can take sort of either way. I think that's fine for us. Maybe we play like a h3 and just try kick this bishop about. I'm sort of worried about the bishop coming that way though, because we're basically doing that. We've just given them a route to attack our weak pawn, basically, which isn't particularly nice. So we'd be sort of forced to push it potentially, and that doesn't seem very viable. So maybe we've got some other options here. There are also potentially ideas of doing like a sack there and then like a check. Not that way. Probably that way. Oh gosh. And then because that comes with check, so we can take that and we trade off the knight. But the bishop covers the knight, so don't quite work in this situation. So that's left us with a bit of a conundrum, really. A bit of a conundrum. How do we go about this? We could do something like knight takes, sorry, and then like a queen to d4 with a push idea, queen takes. But after bishop takes, I don't know about that. Oh, we could try to get the bishop out. I'm not a big fan of this knight. Maybe we could go like a bishop there and just try to trade off the knight, but no, that's not horrible. It's not horrible, I'm not gonna lie. I know in a lot of Scotch gambits you sort of put the bishop there anyway, but I'm sort of tempted to keep it on this diagonal, just so it's facing the king a bit. But yeah. Maybe we've got like a little rook lift, free up the queen. Well, to be fair, queen there is not bad. Not bad at all. You're hitting the pawn. You're still covering the knight. Maybe that's not that bad. And then you are potentially looking to push as well. The problem is rook there, sort of. Nah. Rook there. Yeah, it's sort of fine for black, I believe. Maybe knight there was a mistake. Maybe we play an early h3 instead. I don't particularly fancy a queen d3. Bishop there seems pretty natural. Stopping any knight activity that way. Let's develop the bishop. We'll try to get the rooks in the game a bit more. Maybe hit some of these. I don't particularly feel like we have the advantage at all here though, which is a bit of a problem. But hey ho, sometimes it's like that. Especially yeah, this d6 move through is a bit I think it's just quite solid, really. It's optional to give back the pawn, and we chose not to. So yeah, I think fine, really. Yeah. Anyway, we can only sort of react based on what they do at this point. They've got a few options. hopefully they do an option that's okay for us. That would be quite nice. To be honest, I wouldn't be against doubling the pawns. Try get some semblance of an attack going. But obviously that comes with its own risks and complications. Yeah. And if knight takes, do I take with the pawn or do I take with the bishop? That's a question. Potentially with the pawn. It makes this pawn a bit weak though. Okay. Knight there. Feel like that's not particularly good. I feel like that's not very good. I think maybe we can take this bishop now. I feel like now could be the time to take the bishop. If knight takes, have we got a bishop? No, because rook can always take. And queen takes I think is also okay. Although maybe we have some push ideas. I feel like we take the bishop. Drop this bishop somewhere. We could potentially drop it up if knight takes, actually. And then go to kick the bishop. And then force a queen takes. Let's take this bishop. I think that's fine. And if queen takes, we can't go there because I think they could even do a queen takes. So there, queen takes, potentially knight takes, bishop takes. Is that alright? Take there? No, it's what was it? What did I say? Bishop there. Bishop there. Bishop there. Bishop there. Queen takes, bishop takes. No, queen takes, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so where's the queen going then? Covered, covered, covered. One of these two squares. They can't push. They could potentially do a knight block, but that's fine for us. I believe. Maybe like we do a push then. Although I don't think that works with the bishop there. Maybe now we go for a queen b3. No, but the bishop's still hanging. The problem is if we drop the bishop back, we have to take outwards, which leaves this pawn weak. Because if we take inwards, this bishop's staying here forever. We've got no h3. Let's go bishop g5. I think that's fine. I hope I've not miscalculated it. Queen takes, knight takes. Bishop takes, rook takes. I think that's fine for us. Let's go there. And then we'll maybe play a rook e3 potentially. Or maybe just a h3. Could be fine as well. And I don't know if I want to take with the queen or with the pawn. There's potential for both, I think. And we're very low on time again. We've spent a lot of time thinking, which isn't brilliant, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's the way it is. Ooh, if they go queen there... Sorry. Have we got a knight there? Can't take with the pawn, because you lose your queen. Takes, knight takes. Rook there, rook takes. It's fine. No, you can't even go rook there, so you got to rook there, and I'm up the knight. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Maybe we go a h3 then. I don't think they can take with either of these. The rook's pretty good at covering that. If they take with the knight, obviously it's pinned. And take with the queen, obviously you just take back with the rook. So maybe we go h3 now. And then try go for an e5. Looks pretty scary. Does it work though? There. Bishop there. E5 takes. We got knight takes, queen there. Problem is rook's coming out. So bishop's back there. Pawns are out. Push. Pawn takes. Yeah, I don't think that quite works. Maybe we've got some queen d3 first. Then we've potentially even got a bishop takes and knight up there. Yeah, let's go h3. Let's go h3. See what happens. To be honest, I'm very tempted to go g takes. Very tempted to go g takes. Yeah, so they go. Do we go again? Do we go again? I think we gotta go again, right? I think we gotta go again. Yeah, so question time now. What do we do? We potentially even have a bishop there, which could work. Push, push. Could work. Or we could go for a push, push. No, bishop there seems pretty solid, actually. Same problem, we just added a defender. They've got rooks starting to come out, though. But it's still the same problem because the rook's behind the queen, and maybe we've got like a knight there and try hit that. Let's go bishop d5 now and look for maybe a takes. We've got to start playing a bit quicker, please, and thank you. If I take their knight, they're probably going to take the queen, right? Probably going to take the queen. I don't think any push works. That is interesting. Knight there. Ooh, ooh. Well, I've got a choice to get my pawn back. Temporarily, at least. Well, queen takes. Takes. Queen takes. There. Rook there. Rook takes. Gosh. Oh, we've got like a knight there. Push. Nah. Don't work. I don't like that. Oh, do we have knight takes, queen takes f4? f4 would be ridiculous. f4 would be absolutely ridiculous. Queen takes, rook up, potentially even. Queen there, rook up. Oh, that's quite nice. It's scary as, but quite nice. Let's go for that. That looks pretty fun. It looks pretty fun, at least. And at this point, you know, we're down a pawn, very low on time. Fun is the best I think we're going to get. We're trapping the bishop. To be fair, we're trapping the bishop. The bishop's getting trapped. The bishop is getting trapped. We're sacrificing all our defensive pawns to trap this bishop, which is wild. They've got to take this pawn, surely. They have to. They have to. Otherwise, you're getting no compensation. And if they do a push, we're happy to take that knight to try rip open their king and then go all out attack. Ooh, has this taken a turn for the best? Has this taken a turn for the best? Potentially. Potentially, indeed. Yeah, I think we go rook e2 here. I think that's quite nice. Oh, we have rook there as well though, but I quite like rook e2 because it's got the option of going rook c2 as well and stopping the queen from sitting there. Yeah, I think that's the way we go. This is not bad, you know. This is not bad. That's interesting. Oh, it's a nice check, to be fair. It's a nice check. I'll give him that. I think we go king h2. Stop any sort of checks. We take with the queen here, maybe. Or do we take with the pawn? Where can the bishop go after we take with the pawn? Can't go there. Can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. Okay, bishop is still trapped. If we take with the queen... Yeah, we take with the pawn. We take with the pawn. Yeah, they've got tempos to escape. That's the problem. I think we've just got to try hunt this king. They're playing a h6 here, and maybe we counter push. Takes. Triple isolate their pawns against a severely weakened king is technically compensation somehow. I don't really know, but we'll figure it out as we go. Nope. There, and we'll potentially keep hunting the queen. They go that way, which is interesting, and we just drop back. If they went the other way, that would have been more tempting to trade off, but we go this way, and it is opposite coloured bishops as well, which is nice. Let's take, or do we go for the queen first? Yeah, no, let's take. We potentially got a g5, although f5 is okay for black. We need to start winning some material back, otherwise we're going to get crushed in the endgame. Oh no, we no longer have a bishop f2. We've got a rook b1 though. No, we don't, because bishop covers. No, so we play an f5 and go rook b1. Hit that pawn. Queen goes there. Maybe we've got like a queen c1. We could potentially go f5, g5. Yeah, let's play an f5. Maybe like a bishop g3, stop the rook coming in here. because that's quite devastating for us. Yeah, that's not the best. Not the best at all. Not the best at all. That is definitely a check. I don't quite see what it does. We go Queen G1 just to stop any checks coming in that way. But this is looking mightily scary. Yeah. Maybe we can try hump pawns like that, but the rook coming in there is devastating. They don't go for it. They don't go for it. No, I think we've got to go there. Yeah. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I think we've lost this. I think queen there, rook there wins. Unless we try repeat moves. Doesn't sound like it's happening. We could potentially try trade off with a queen b3, but then we're down 3 pawns. So we'll just take that anyway and see where it goes. We've got some potential defense with a queen f1, but again, after queen takes, they've just got so much stuff. Yeah, bishop takes, and then they've got a rook check, which is devastating. Absolutely devastating. I think it could be potentially resignable, to be honest. I'm getting that vibe. Getting that vibe from it. Yeah. Unfortunate. That's the way it goes sometimes, though. Interested to see the opening. Very interested to see the opening. See how... Yeah, that's wise from them. I think we just tried chase the queen around. They have queen takes as well, though, which is devastating. And resignable, I believe. The queen takes, rook check, maybe. Not even. Takes, covers the pawn. Takes, covers the pawn. Yeah, I think we resign, to be honest. It's an honourable resignation. Honourable resignation. And we'll game review it as well. Real quick. Quite interesting stuff. What's the accuracy saying? 79.8, which isn't bad at all, to be honest. Versus an 88.8. So it's a decent level game. They just played better, really. They had a better position. So Scotch gambit, obviously, yeah. And then d6. Crazy stuff. Well, not crazy. It's quite boring, really. But yeah, I think probably I just have to accept that it's not going to be a gambit, really. It's not minding rook to e1, but you know, I think, yeah. And then c6, c3. Looking back at it, it's not the sort of position you do that. I think you just take the space advantage, take the slight development advantage, and play on from there. I don't think it's necessary to play c3. And then, yeah, we felt knight d5 was a bit of a mistake. Because we've traded a pawn to get this knight out. And then we're going willing to trade it straight away. So we might as well have not done the pawn. You get me? Like, we sacrificed a pawn to get a piece out and then just got the piece off the board. So, what was our best move though? Yeah, and h3. I think we actually said that instead of that, play h3. Stop any shenanigans with the pin, because that was really annoying for a bit. And I actually wanted a h3 straight away there. Bishop f4 is good, but again, just slightly better for black. They're up a pawn in the end, so. And after h3, oh, they actually trade off the bishop, which is interesting. I feel like we get a bit of play here. We've got nice bishops. We've got a pawn that can be pushed. We've got an f4 potentially. Rook's on a nice square. Yeah, I quite like that. But I don't think they would have traded off the bishop. And then that was a big mistake as well. And it wanted bishop back, which I think I sort of saw, but it's just like, it's not the move you want to play at all. Like, you brought your bishop out there, you want to keep it active there, and just to bring it back, maybe yeah, you go in d4, but all that's going to do is just trade off, you know, and it's yucky stuff. So we took, and then we go bishop g5 as well, and it wanted bishop d2, going to c3. I'm guessing, which is, yeah, it looks like a nice sort of bishop there. That was a miss. It wanted bishop takes. It wanted bishop takes. Really? I thought I calculated that out. Why can't you do takes? Bishop takes d1. We're taking the rook at the end though, aren't we? Bishop g4. Oh, the bishop's trapped. Oh my gosh. Ah, God. The bishop is indeed trapped after that whole mess. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Amateur hour over here. h3 we finally managed to play. And the bishop goes back. And it wanted bishop takes, which I believe it wanted. And it liked g4, which I was surprised at, really. It seems kind of scary, but how else are you going to get some sort of play? Bishop d5 is okay. Bishop b5 is slightly better, and I think we mentioned that the bishop likes going on here in the Scotch gambit as well. And I guess it's sort of pinning to any rook activity, and then it can always swing back. And it's actually slightly better swung back because you can sort of double up with the queen. Looking at that sort of thing. Yeah. And then knight there. Well, let's go back to review. Knight there is good, and yeah, I think we sort of mentioned h6 as well, and then knight takes is good as well, and it loved f4, which is crazy, and it's actually plus 1.2 for us. Yeah, queen takes. Oh, it wanted takes knight. That's quite smart. Yeah, I can see that, and then you just trap in the bishop. And they're not even bothering. They want their counterplay with the pawns. Wow, quite cool. They never even take that. They want the double file as well. Wow, that's really cool. Actually, that's a really nice line. Queen b6, yeah, yeah, and then that check sort of mugged us off a bit, to be honest. And it wanted queen takes as well. Which, yeah, now that I realise that, it is a lot better. We're losing. Basically, it's -4 for black. Yeah. Let's have a gander at some opening theory. Theory. Yeah. And then Janowski defense. D6, and then yeah, knight takes d4. And this is basically just a Philidor, really. If we look at the Philidor, there, and then d6 straight away. Not that, no, takes. Knight takes, d6, bishop out, there. it's the same. No. Yeah, the same. It's the same. I think it's the same. I'm pretty sure that's the same. Yeah. It's same thing really, which I knew. I just didn't want to. Yeah. We chose to get our rook out instead. And that's got 3 games in the master database with a 33% win for white and a 67% for black. So obviously a lot better. After knight takes, it's just development. And this is, if you know the Philidor, if you play the mainline Scotch, you'll know this a lot. You get your bishop there. Your bishop's happy on either of these. Your bishop might even come back here and you start some sort of push. And it's actually quite nice to play. It's boring as hell, but it's quite nice to play. So let's just have a look at a quick game from this Janowski. Who have we got here? Let's take a win for white. Wow, a lot of these are win for blacks. That's crazy. First one up, we've got how do you say that? Bab Geldi. Something versus Antonio Carlos. Let's have a gander at that. Knight takes, and yeah, same sort of thing. H3, knight takes, queen takes. That's quite a cool bishop. I've seen a lot of players sort of push this, but I feel like that's quite nice for white, as long as you're not getting your bishop trapped, which is quite a common trap. It's quite nice because this is a backwards pawn. Your bishop's hitting it. It can come back and hit this forever. You've got a pawn push optional as well. Yeah, you can trade off pieces and get your queen on there, which is super nice as well. And it's nice to play for white. It's probably even, but white's going to have a nicer time playing it. That's an interesting move. Maybe they want the bishop there and just hit that, but maybe like a push works as well. They dropped the queen back though. That's quite interesting. What about a push there? I don't think we can change this. But they go for an A4, and that's A4. Like these A4, H4, A5, H5s. You'll see grandmasters playing them all the time, and it's like it's such a weird move to play. Well, it's not weird. Like, it's good because you're stopping counterplay, you're stopping their pushes, and you're gaining more space as well. But it's just knowing when to do it, you know, and that's something I've always struggled with. I've seen them play these moves and never quite got a grasp of when to do them, you know. So that's something I would like to learn a bit more about. And they drop the queen back and get the rook on that file. And like I said, they want to trade off sort of in this position. And they actually reset the pawn structure, taking with like that rather than taking. See, I would have taken with the pawn. Not that I know what I'm doing, but that's what my instincts say is keep this sort of backwards pawn here, and then you've got quite a strong little fortress there, and you've got your rook coming along here as well. So that's my sort of thought. But they're happy to reset the pawn structure and just take the better bishop over the worse knight. They've got the open file as well, so if it works, it works. And that's super cool as well. Little tactic. They're forgetting about this pawn because they have the mate there. I believe that was actually in a puzzle we did, or something, not this position, but this sort of idea in yesterday's episode, which is cool. And then they go rook there, which is interesting. And they just give up this central pawn. Oh, they're getting that one, I guess. Yeah, that's quite cool. And then this is what's this? White. It's an. Oh, they get that pawn with check. So white's actually a pawn up here. And yeah, lay some nice traps. Oh, nasty, nasty. You've got a discovered check blocking the check, and you end up winning the rook. And I assume black resigns here. Amazing. Quite a nice game actually. That really like cool tactics there. and super solid opening as well, which I would expect from whatever rating these guys are, 2600. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Interesting sort of spin on the opening. Definitely need to sort of remember to play the knight takes move. It was in my head, but I wanted to stick with the gambit. You know, like you play a gambit, you want to sort of force the gambit. You know, I need to remember not to do that and just play solid chess, really. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye bye.